35-25. Long pass to Chambers is behind the back.
Did you ever think in your wildest dreams? I guess
KJ to Chambers. Jam!
40 points in the first half for Tom Chambers.
Chambers to win the game. He's got it.
Welcome back to Tom Chambers' Greatest Games. In this episode, we go back to 1989 with the Phoenix Suns playing the Sacramento Kings. With the Suns 19-0 at home versus Western Conference teams, they would be facing the visiting Kings and their newly acquired star, Danny Ainge. Playing without Kevin Johnson and Eddie Johnson, Chambers would step up and dominate this game on both ends of the floor, pouring in 32 points and grabbing 18 rebounds to lead the Suns to a 20-point blowout of the Kings. Chambers would be named MVP of the game by the Kings broadcasters, and in his post-game interview, he would talk about the Suns' phenomenal turnaround season and be recognized as one of the league's big stars. So let's go back to March 2nd, 1989, the Phoenix Suns versus the Sacramento Kings.
And you see the record after 54 games last season. Look at this amazing graphic, 17-37, and then look at this, 34-20.
They're up 17 victories, and more than that, Grant, they won 28 all last year, so they've got 6 more wins already, and it's only the 2nd of March.
Danny Ainge in his first road game as a King. And Danny last night with a nice ball game, 16 points and 8 assists. The building about 3/4 full as we get started for this contest from Phoenix. And Jim Petersen jumping with Tim Perry. And Kenny Smith will control for the Kings. So we're underway from the Veterans Memorial Coliseum. Down low to Tisdale. And the left hand too soft. He does not get the roll. And again, the Suns on the attack. Perry ahead of the field. Jerry Reynolds needs a timeout. And he'll get it. The Suns have built up an early 10-point lead with 8:26 remaining. And we'll be back right after these messages.
The Phoenix Suns are the second best team in the Western Conference. They've got the second best record right behind the Lakers, so they're having a great year, and they have been impossible in this building since the first of this year. Danny picked him out.
Pressley on Chambers. And Pressley fouled him.
Tommy Chambers is a very unique blend of a guy that can shoot it outside, but he's very quick, 6'10 and a half, maybe even 6'11. One of the most mobile big men in basketball, and he's been leading their club all year.
And of course, signed as a free agent during the offseason. And what a pickup he's been for this ball club.
It really proves the adage, Grant, that in the NBA you're only 2 players away at all times. The Phoenix Suns were a disaster last year. They got Kevin Johnson in the trade from Cleveland. They signed Tommy Chambers as a free agent, and they just exploded.
Pressley, Perry with the offensive rebound, and a new 24 for Phoenix. This is for 3. And Tom Chambers has just made it an 11-point Phoenix lead.
There, you see what I mean now? How many guys 6'11 can step outside the three-point line like that?
Wow.
Good defense by Tisdale. He shut him off that time. What range he's got.
Oh, that was a 2-point attempt. And it's 21-8. Brad Lohaus will check in at the next whistle. Another 3-point foul by Tom Chambers.
He's really the Kings' only big man, their only rebounder. He doesn't want to go out 25 feet from the basket, but he's going to have to chase Chambers out on the court.
And there's Perry taking advantage of the overplay. 30-14 with 4:15 remaining. Chambers. Wow. Tom Chambers coming off a season high of 42 against Portland, and he already has 12 points. Marley from three-point land. No good, and look at Perry. Nobody boxing out down there, and Tim Perry, that has to be his 4th offensive rebound as Kenny Smith sends it astray. 12 minutes in the books here, and our score after 1, Phoenix 44, Sacramento 24. action. And Jim Petersen off the miss. And it's Chambers controlling the board. 2 on 3. Smith off the acceleration and blocked by Chambers. 4 on 2 back the other way. Now it's Chambers. And it counts. Foul by Brad Lohaus. And it's 48-24.
Tommy Chambers really showing you the total game, the total package that he has. He blocks Kenny Smith's shot, he runs the court, fills the lane, and finishes the three-point play. The foul by Lohaus. Tommy Chambers is really doing it all.
Averaging 25.6 points a contest. I'm laughing at Jerry Reynolds' comment to the official. Wants to know if it would be possible if his team could shoot a free throw before the night's over. And it's Kenny Smith off the acceleration, and Petersen blocked again. Look at the defense down there. Oh, what a pass to Chambers. 3 on 2. Now Ainge stops and pops but misses, and Chambers with the rebound. He's doing it all tonight.
He's dominating the game at both ends.
Now West posting up Tisdale.
Side player.
If you're just getting in from work or what have you, and you join us a little late as you look at Tom Chambers hit the turnaround, and you're wondering where Kevin Johnson is, he's home in bed. Apparently has the flu. 24-point Phoenix lead. Make that still 24, and I will send Tom Chambers to the line for 2, says the official. Ben Gillery picks up the foul. And here it is one more time.
Little interior pass by Corbin to Chambers. Tom Chambers, much maligned the first 5 or 6 years of his career. Some people thought he was selfish. Had problems in Seattle getting along with Xavier McDaniel and Dale Ellis. He has been a savior for the Phoenix franchise. The other thing I like, Grant, pardon me, the other thing I like is that Chambers has accepted the responsibility of being the leader on this club. He's welcomed it.
I was going to say, when you look at Chambers' numbers, those are good numbers for an entire ball game for most people tonight. Chambers off the steal, and he ran right by it. Good hustle, though, by Chambers.
He is playing like a man possessed. He's playing the total game.
He has 6 tonight. Michael Jackson for 3. No, and Chambers with the rebound. And here come the Suns on the move. 3 on 4. Marley filling the lane. Oh, what a running one-hander. Off balance by Marley. Lohaus can hit. 1 second, and that will do it. So it's all over for the first half here. We now go to the videotape and look at Mr. Chambers in action. All he did was score 20 points in that first half of play.
He has become their spiritual leader. And now he's playing center. Cotton made a lineup change a couple of weeks ago. Mark West coming off the bench and Tommy Chambers in the middle. The outlet pass to Hornacek. He's running the Suns tonight, doing it beautifully. And their rookie Tim Perry, their first-round draft pick from Temple, had a big first half. They have the Kings dreadful shooting, 34%, and consequently they find themselves blown out right now.
And the Suns with 9 blocks in that first half. Realistically down 70-42 as you look at the scoring leaders. Tisdale and Ainge with 8. Chambers leading the way with 20, Gilliam with 12, and Perry with 12.
And again, Tommy Chambers on a tremendous roll. He had offensively, you get no argument from me. They are really good at this end of the court.
So it's Chambers, and starts on fire right away. Tom Chambers just having a sensational evening. And Chambers with the scoop and the finger roll. 76-48. 24 points for Chambers. And he holds up and can't hit. And it is Perry ahead of the field. Chambers. Oh, Tom Chambers. 26 points.
That was a tough shot, a delayed release. Extra hang time.
He has 15 rebounds also.
Oh, he's a good athlete.
Not if Tom Chambers keeps on hitting like that, they won't. 28 points for Chambers.
That's 70 the last 2 nights for him.
Wow. Marley at the buzzer. And that's it. So a good third quarter for the Kings, but they still trail. Ten remaining on the 24. And Chambers fouled by Petersen going to the basket.
Fouls on the 23, Jim Petersen hits.
Well, this is the time of the game when the team that's ahead at home is being challenged a little bit, and what you do is you go to your superstar, you isolate, you let him go one-on-one and get a basket or a foul.
A couple of sports programming notes for you. Want to let you know that Danny Ainge will be on the Jerry Reynolds show this Sunday evening. And that's at 10 o'clock right here on Channel 31. And a good chance to listen in and get to know Danny Ainge a little bit better. As again, he'll be on the Jerry Reynolds show this Sunday evening at 10 o'clock.
Good day.
And Chambers makes it 94-80. 30 points for Tom Chambers. And he will be with the Kings beginning tomorrow. And Tom Chambers hits 32 points. I don't think we're going to have much problem picking our Budweiser MVP tonight. So that will do it. 5 seconds remaining. Ben Gillery at the buzzer. And that's it from Phoenix. It was all Phoenix from start to finish, folks, as Jerry Reynolds and his club now at 15-41 as the fans head for the exits. We'll be back with a couple of interviews and the postgame show. Again, our Budweiser and KRBK will donate $100 in the name of Tom Chambers to the Kings Community Charity. And Tom Chambers, this Bud's for you. And what a performance by the veteran out of Utah. And here he is in action, coming straight at you, working against Lohaus. Tisdale comes over for the double team, or I should say Pressley, doesn't matter. And Chambers rattles at home and really tearing it up this week for the Phoenix Suns, as again the Suns go to 35-20 and they snap a 2-game losing streak. So I believe we are ready with Ted Green and Tom Chambers. So Ted, why don't you take it away?
Thank you, Grant. You know, here in Phoenix, C&W, country and western, is one of the most popular forms of music, but I guess tonight you could say we played some Chambers music, and he played some beautiful music tonight. Tommy, that's 74 points the last 2 games. You're on a roll, babe.
Well, I need to pick up the slack a little bit now, especially with Eddie out, and now tonight, especially with Kevin out. We really had to go out and concentrate on putting the ball in the basket. We did a good job in the first half.
Yeah, it didn't seem like you missed Kevin very much tonight, as great a player as he's become.
We played really well in the first half. We really did. We moved the ball well. We got it out off the backboards and got a lot of easy hoops. In the second half, it showed that we missed him. But in the first half, we played really flawless basketball.
Now, I know you personally are a lot happier. I know you're featured here a little more than you were in Seattle, but what else is different for Tom Chambers?
Well, it's mostly Cotton. It really is. He's the one that gave me this opportunity. He's the one that's done everything for me, and he's put this group of guys together, and he's kept a smile on my face. He really has. He's very open and honest and upfront with me. He's a perfect coach for me.
When did you know, Tommy, that this was going to click for you here, that it was going to work?
Well, it happened really quickly. It did. You know, we lost our first 2 games, but after that, we got on a roll and things just started coming together. We started scoring pretty much at will. When we play defense, we're really tough to beat, and our defense was good tonight. That's why we were able to win.
It must be great for you too, Tommy, to know that you are the first option here and that you do have the green light and you can do your thing.
Well, it is nice to know, and it's also nice to know that I'm going to be out there for 35 to 40 minutes, so I don't really have to rush anything. You know, I can take my shots in the flow. Sometimes the last couple of games I've been looking to shoot a little bit more just because we needed the extra points with Eddie out. But normally I'm out there, I can do my thing, I can rebound, I can play a little defense, I can take my time and take good shots, and it really helps a lot.
How about Hornacek just stepping right in? Gets 18 assists. He ties his career high and just 2 shy of Kevin's club record.
Jeff's a tremendous player. He really is. He's really been overshadowed this season by Kevin and by myself and by Eddie and by Armen and everybody else. But Jeff Hornacek he could be our MVP. He's in there every night. He plays all different positions. He guards the toughest guy. He always hits the open shot for us. And tonight he played point, and it's nice to have a good backup point guard, even though he's normally in the starting lineup.
Hey, speaking of the open shot, you're not too bad on those outside shots, those 3-pointers either.
They went in tonight. I was kind of surprised. When one goes in, I'll usually take a couple more. It felt really good.
Tommy, it's not very common for a guy your size to be able to shoot it outside. You've always been able to shoot that well out there?
No, not really. I really have always gone to the basket strong, but people figured me out real quickly and decided they'd back off. So I had to really work on my outside shot and develop it. And when I get big guys out there on the floor, they don't want to come out to the three-point stripe. And if they do, I go by them. So usually I try to take 1 or 2 a game and set up my drive.
I want to take you back for just a moment to when you signed with this ball club. Tommy Chambers is a pretty desirable commodity. You could have gone to a lot of other places. I know Frank Layden, for example, he desperately wanted to talk to you and bring you home to Utah. Why would you go, and I'm just playing the devil's advocate, why would you go to a team that won 28 games last year, that was rocking from a drug scandal, they had hit rock bottom? Why would you come to Phoenix?
Because of the responsibility they wanted me to partake of. They gave me everything. They really did. Cotton came in here with a new philosophy. It was a new team. There were no peoples from that old regime. There were none of the criminals were here anymore. They were all gone. The only one left was Jeff Hornacek. They had a new thing going. A new tradition was starting, and I wanted to be a part of it. I've always wanted to be a big part of a winning tradition, a winning franchise, and I felt that we were going to be able to have that here.
And how is the desert different for a Salt Lake kid, a Mormon kid, a Utah boy?
Well, I love it down here. It's beautiful, especially in the winter. I may not be here in the summer because it might be a little bit too hot, but I love it right now. It's just beautiful.
Tommy, an all-star year for you again this year. That had to be a thrill, too.
It was wonderful. It really was to get a chance to play with those guys again. It was nice to have somebody representing the Phoenix Suns, because this organization has been so good this season. But it was nice to be back and nice to be a part of it. It's a nice thing the NBA does. They really put on a nice show.
Hey, you got to be aware of being 20-0 in this building against the West. You're unbeatable here.
Oh, we've done real good. I'm surprised at how well we've done against our Western Conference foes. If we can continue to play hard and well, and we have a home court advantage, we have to feel very confident about coming to our home floor in the playoffs.
Talk to me about the playoffs. How do you like your chances?
Well, I think our chances are good. We have a tough schedule coming up, though. We have, 6 in a row after this next one on the road back east. I think most of our games are on the road remaining, and we have to really establish ourselves on the road. And the only way we're going to be able to keep a home court advantage is to win some games on the road. So there's a big challenge out there for us right now.
Now, there's no question that your club can score points in big bunches. You had a 42-point first quarter tonight. You're second in the NBA in scoring. You average 118 points a game. Again, devil's advocate. Can the Suns play good enough defense in the playoffs to take it all the way?
Well, that has been our concern. We show spurts of great defense, great rotation, great help side defense. When Tyrone Corbin's in there, we really scramble. Dan Marley's a very good defensive player. Mark West, you saw tonight what he can do at blocking shots. So yes, we show spurts and signs of real good defense. And another key to it is our defensive rebounding. When we rebound defensively, we get on the break and we are just tough as can be out there. So those are our two concerns. When we rebound well and when we play good defense, nobody's going to beat us. They really aren't. So we really need to emphasize that.
Tommy, finally, you have had ups and downs, more ups, quite honestly, than downs, but you know, you had a bit of an image thing, an image problem, if you want to call it that, earlier in your career. Certainly it's all changed for you now, and you've got to be happy about that.
Oh, I'm happy to have this opportunity. That's one reason I decided to get out of where I was. I wanted to start over. That was a new beginning here, and I needed to start over also, and I couldn't be happier here. It's a great situation, and I'm happy it's turned around this quickly for us.
I'll tell you one thing, you've got Magic Johnson and Karl Malone in the Western Conference, but you can add the name Tom Chambers, because as much as anybody in the West, this guy right here is having a fabulous year. Tommy, congratulations.